What's up, boys? So, we got a ton of NBA games today, so we'll be taking a look at a bunch of these different games, a bunch of different player props in today's video. I don't think I have any in this video for the Pelicans game and the New York Knicks game. I think we're skipping those games because this video is going to be coming out a little bit later, like closer to these tip-off games. So, if anyone is new, though, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications. Really does help me out. If you guys are already on Prize Picks, highly recommend joining. Right there, use code DOMG when you guys do go ahead and sign up. It's available in most states. So yeah, 100% deposit match up to $100. Definitely recommend joining Prize Picks. Great website. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop into this here. I also have a Patreon, daily picks every single day if you guys are interested in joining. We're profit on the year so far. Yesterday was really, really tough. A couple days ago, we had two really good nights, but then we had a couple of really bad nights. I'm trying to find a little bit of consistency here, but we're still up pretty big on the year, so to start off 2022. So if anyone is interested in joining that, it's $10 a month. Link is in the description. Probably gonna have a ton up there for today. I've already made 2 posts on there, two different 2-pick power plays. But yeah, link is in the description for that. $10 a month if you guys are interested in joining that. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the video here. I think that pretty much covers everything. I have a free Discord link in the description as well. So just real quick, everything's in the description. So Prize Picks link is in the description. I know a lot of you guys have been using that. Seriously appreciate you guys for using that. Helps me out, helps you guys out. And the Patreon link and the free Discord link are all in the description. And just make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. And let's go ahead and hop into this here. So I'm going to be skipping these games here. A couple of the early ones. Let's go ahead and talk about some points props right off the bat. I have 3 points props, 1 first half point prop. I think that's the first time I've done a first half on the channel. And then 1 assist prop. So let's go ahead and hop into this here. It's one that I do like almost every video at this point, and it's worked out pretty well most of the time. And it's Joel Embiid. So they dropped them down a point, which is kind of scaring me a little bit here. Because I don't really know why they dropped him down. Because he was at 29.5, and he's been murdering this line at 29.5. It doesn't really change between 29.5 and 28.5, but still don't really know why they dropped it down. But he's in a very, very good spot against the Washington Wizards. So he's 9 for 10 this season, and he had 36 in his last matchup versus the Washington Wizards. That's pretty good. So guy who's hit 9 out of 10 and had 36 last matchup, it's looking pretty good. It's a 3-point spread, 219 over under. So yeah, center going against the Washington Wizards. This game is at 2 o'clock. So you guys have a little bit of time to lock this in. Hopefully, should be like an hour and a half ish, probably, depending on what time this video gets uploaded. I'm gonna upload it as soon as I'm done, but because I know there's a ton of games. But yeah, let's take a look at this here. So center all season going against the center position. Washington Wizards are a little bit on the easier side. Top 10 easiest matchup all season against the center position. Really good. Let's take a look at the last 7 games here. Washington Wizards still on the easier side, it looks like here. Don't pay attention to more the number. I like to pay attention more to where they rank among other teams. So it's a little bit better last 7 games. The numbers aren't as skewed, but I still like looking at where they rank among other teams. So Washington a little bit on the easier side there. So it's a really good matchup for a guy who has hit 9 out of 10 of his last games, 36 last matchup, and is kind of on the easier side against the center position. So should be a pretty good spot for Joel Embiid today against the Washington Wizards. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Oh, and the Wizards foul quite a lot, so that's why his line was at 9 free throws. So that's another good look for Joel Embiid there. I'm not saying take his free throws, but also just make sure you guys do your own research. Don't go off of directly just what I say in today's video. I know people, yeah, just do your own research. Not everything I may say from this video makes it over to the Patreon and is in my final entries, so just keep that in mind. Usually only like 1 or 2 go to the Patreon at the end of the day. So, okay, let's take a look at another one here. Let's look at Kobe White. So Kobe White here, 16.5 points. Okay, against Memphis here. So 16.5 points against Memphis. So there's not going to be any Lonzo Ball or Zach LaVine. So that's kind of huge. So. And they've only played 1 game without both of them here, and he had 19 points. So he needs 17 today. He just played Boston. He's going against Memphis now. And again, no Lonzo Ball, no Zach LaVine. That's huge. So, yeah, he's hit this 7 out of 10 in his last 10 games, I believe, too. So 7 out of 10 of his last 10. No Ball, no LaVine. And the last matchup, they didn't have either of them. He had 19 points. So he also had 20 against the Golden State Warriors, which is pretty impressive because they have a crazy defense. So, all right, so point guard going against the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's a 9-point spread, so there's a little bit of blowout potential right there. 225 over under. So let's take a look here at So point guard going against the Memphis. Season long, let's take a look at points against Memphis. Right there. So a little bit on the easier side for point guards, which is a good look. In the last 7 games, Memphis is the 4th easiest in the last 7 games to allow points to point guards. Very good look for Kobe White at the end of this game here. Or just for this game here. So I'm liking it a lot with no Lonzo Ball, no Zach LaVine. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about some of these in the comments. Let me know your own player props. There's so many to choose from today. I'm not sure why that's counting down because that game's definitely not starting in 20 minutes. But okay, let's move on here. Kind of flying through these a little bit here. Let's take a look at one. This one's a little bit on the sketchier side, but I still like it a lot. So it's just, he's been on a slump recently, but he's had a very good hit rate on the year. It's Russell Westbrook here. So a little bit of a more interesting one here. So 16.5 points is his line right now. We need 17. So 4 out of 10 in his last 10. So not a very good hit rate, 40% in his last 10 games. But he is 63% on the season, and he was 2 for 2 against Utah last season. So we'll look a little bit more in depth on this here. So the Lakers game, I bet that's later, isn't it? Yeah, it's the latest, 10:30. So point guard going against Utah. So season long point guard against Utah. It's a little bit on the easier side right there. So some really good matchups today in the NBA. I'm liking these a lot for some overs. But let's take a look here at Utah. Still on the easier side right there. There's the number. But I like, again, paying attention to more where they rank among other teams. But it should be a pretty good look. There's a shot LeBron doesn't play, but he's still very, very likely to play. So is Dwight Howard. If LeBron didn't play for whatever reason, that would be even better for Westbrook. But 230.5 right there for him, or for that game. So that's another really good number. I think he can get this done. He just got it done against Denver. He has been on a very big slump, so it's one that's a little bit on the riskier side, but I still like it a lot. I do think he can hit that 17 number against Utah. It's a really good matchup, high over-under. I think he'll get it done, but like I said, it's a 4 out of 10 hit rate in his last 10. He's not been getting it done, but season long he's been getting it done, so I don't know. I think it's definitely one of those bounce-back games. All right, let's take a look at first half points one. So this is one that I'm liking a little bit. It's a guy that I come back to very, very often, but he's got a much better hit rate in his last couple games for first half than full game. So I think he's like 5 out of 10 in his full game. I think he's 8 out of 10 for first half at scoring 8 points. So it's a very, very good look here. So 8 out of 10 in his last 10. He had 11 first half points in their last matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. So pretty good look right there. Let's take a look at that game here. So right here, 3 o'clock. Center, Jared Allen going against the Brooklyn Nets. 3-point spread, 221.5 over under. Really nothing to worry about right there. Kind of middle of the road. But let's take a look at this here. So center going against the Brooklyn Nets. This is the last 7 games, and they're on the easier side right there. So 23.65. A little bit on the easier side. Kind of closer to the middle, but let's take a look at this here. Brooklyn Nets, they're literally like, I guess they are kind of on the harder side there. Probably outside the top 10 hardest matchups, right around there though, 11 or 12. So I don't know. It's a decent matchup. He's got it done a lot in the past. I do like this one a lot. We take a look at StatMuse here. So if you take a look at, if you just type in, I use this all the time for looking at first half game log. So Jared Allen first half game log right here. So you take a look at this here. So we want him to score at least 8 points here. So 8, 9, 8, 12, 7, 7. So he missed against Golden State and Portland, but he hit against all of these other teams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so he has hit. Okay. I thought I did my math wrong for a second there. So he has hit 8 out of his last 10 games. So he just missed against Golden State and Portland by 1 point. That would hurt a lot if he didn't have that today. But yeah, he's getting about 17 minutes, it looks like. Probably right around there. 17, 16 minutes he'll probably get. If I had to guess, it'd be 17. He's got a lot of 17s minutes. So he just needs 8 points in 17 minutes, it looks like, today against the Brooklyn Nets. He's been a little bit easier in the last 7 games. Not as much season long. So I like it a lot today for Jared Allen. He's just been getting it done, especially in the first half. So a lot better than full game, in my opinion. So okay, let's take a look at one more here. So it's an assist prop, one that a lot of people like. It did get bumped up by 1 assist. I still personally like it a little bit. It's a little bit of a sketchier matchup. We'll talk about it, though. But 4.5 assists for Seth Curry today against the Washington Wizards. So 4.5 assists. He's hit 9 out of his last 10 games, and he had 9 in his last matchup versus the Washington Wizards. So he just needs 5. He had 9 in his last matchup. He's hit this 9 out of 10 of his last 10. He's had 6.8 average in his last 5. Really good looking numbers, but we've got to dive into it a little bit more here. So the 76ers game, coming back to this one, probably should have put these back to back and just stuck to this game, but whatever. Shooting guard against the Washington Wizards, 3-point spread, 219 over under, nothing to worry about there. But shooting guard against the Wizards. Let's take a look at this here. So shooting guard assists versus the Wizards. The Wizards are a little bit on the harder side here, so 4.2 is the number, but they're a little bit on the harder side. Top 10 hardest matchup, probably right around there, right? 8 or 9, probably hardest matchup. So last 7 though, they're the 4th hardest against assists. So they've been a lot better against assists to the shooting guard position lately. So it's a sketchier matchup, but he has gotten it done in the past, especially against the Wizards. He had 9 out of 10 hit rate in his last 10 games. It's a really good looking one that I want to take very badly, but I'm probably just not going to touch based on the matchup. But it's one definitely worth looking into and diving into. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comments for sure. He had 12 against Orlando, but yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, man. I appreciate you watching. Again, if anyone is new, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications. Those are the things that would help me out. So appreciate you guys would do those 3 things. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it. I think my favorite plays for the day has probably got to be Embiid or White. I think the first 2 I talked about are probably the best ones. I'm kind of on White a little bit more. I don't know. I liked Embiid for sure today, going into today, but I don't know. Jared Allen's a pretty solid one too. So Russell Westbrook is one that I'm kind of on the edge about. I really want to take him, but he's just been on a slump lately. So I don't know. That's going to do it, man. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.